Kalau kita masukin parameter ini, kita pass parameter ini, apa sih yang akan terjadi kalau ternyata tidak ada Python di situ? Command not found, ya, unrecognized command, that's also correct. Oke, kenapa ini Akil pakai Google Colab? Ya boleh juga ya, pakai Google Colab juga kan tetap pakai Python ya. Oke, alright, thank you everyone. Okay, let's continue. Let's keep this easy peasy stuff. Okay, so basic Python syntax, we first need to learn about data types. Tipe-tipe data di dalam Python. Aduh, maaf. Stylus saya lagi, apa ini? Oh, okay. Yeah, data types. The first one that is very popular is the string atau text. And then the second one, kenapa? Ada apa ya?
Bu, boleh tanya apakah nanti kita dapat PPT?
Kenapa?
Apakah kita nanti dapat PPT-nya, Bu, supaya kita nggak catat atau kita catat deh?
Saya harus nanya mentor. Agni sama Iwan, nanti PPT dikasih nggak ya? Saya kurang tahu nih.
Kalau PPT itu enggak ya, kalau di
enggak ya? Iya, sepertinya enggak berarti nih. Mohon maaf. Nanti mungkin bisa ditanyakan ke bangkitnya gitu ya. Oke. Alright, let's continue. So for the syntax, yeah, the first one is string. As you know, yeah, when we talk about hello Pythons, it's a string, it's a complete string. And then integer, numbers without fraction, contohnya adalah 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dan sebagainya gitu ya. Dan kemudian float, numbers with fraction, berarti pecahan, 2,3. Kalau bahasa Inggris titik ya, bukan koma. Atau misalnya sejuta gitu ya, 1,10 gitu. Terus the next one is Boolean. Boolean is data type which has two values, true or false, or sometimes people use 0, 1. I think in Python it's true and false. Okay, data types. There are so many other data types, of course, but these are the most popular. And we can always convert from one data type to others, yeah, with some conversion, explicit conversion when we code. Okay, and then we talk about data types. Saya tulis di sini ya, yang tadi kan kita udah ngomongin data types. After we know about data types, what do we need to know? We need to know about variables. What is a variable? Variabel gitu ya, artinya ada yang berubah-berubah. So we use variable to name certain values. For example, let's go to the right side. Do this. I have a variable called length, panjang, and then I have a variable called width, lebar. And then we want to assign some value. Kita mau taruh angka gitu ya. We call that assignment in English. Not sure what is in Indonesian, but usually when I see my student program, they already talk in this word assignment. So I want to assign a number to length. Here I will assign 10, and then to the width, not to the width, to width variable, I'll assign 2. Okay, and then I have another variable called name, nama. And then what do I assign? I assign a string here, Saturnus gitu ya. So, and for this variable, make sure that it's only one word, yeah. It can be made up of letters, numbers, and underscore. Some of my students, until today, they don't really understand the concept of one that variable need to be only in one word, satu kata gitu ya. Jadi kadang-kadang kalau programming masih suka error yang masih baru-baru programming gitu ya, salah satu mahasiswa saya. Oke, nah jadi remember that in variable we can only use one word. And then it shouldn't be a Python reserved word. For example, we have def in Python, reserved for function. We have class also reserved for class. Do you know what else is a reserved word in Python? Ada yang tahu? Apalagi reserved word di Python? Yang nggak boleh dipakai jadi nama variabel.
If else.
If else, right. And then, right, correct. More? For, that's true. Correct. While, and, or. Yeah, we cannot use that as a variable. Yeah. So for me, usually I use two words, but I can make a conjunction with underscore. All right, thank you, everyone. Okay, so we talk about data type, we talk about variables, data type, tipe data sudah, variable sudah. The next one is we're going to talk about operators. Bahasa Indonesianya, operator ya. Operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. Most of operators is actually mathematical operators. However, there are some other things, yeah, like arithmetic, definitely, arithmetica, matematika gitu ya. There is also assignment, there is also comparison, logical, identity, membership, bitwise, ada macam-macam ya. For example, if we have a variable A and we assigned a letter, not letter, sorry, a number 10, this is the type. What is the type of this data? Integer, right, integer. However, for B, it's not integer, even though the number is 30. What is the type of the data? Float, the best, correct. Okay, and then we have an operator here. This is an arithmetic operator that is plus. So A plus B, if I print A plus B, keluarnya apa ya ini ya? 40-an. Oh, iya, error. Iya, tahu. Ya, maksudnya bukan itu. Iya, maksudnya bukan. Oke. Maksudnya ya 40. Saya aja salah ya ketiknya. Saya salah nulisnya. Oke. Thank you. Okay. All right. Then what else? Okay. Now we have another operator, yeah? We have this kind of operator, this kind of operator, and this kind of operator. Yang terakhir bitwise. I don't think you have to memorize this per se. Yeah, you don't have to memorize all of this one by one, the naming, yeah. But what we need to get used to is how we use these operators. Okay. All right, so now we learn about data types, we learn about variable, we learn about operators, and now we will go to something higher, yeah, higher level than that. That is functions. Functions, the keyword in function is this, def, ya, kita selalu menggunakan def untuk function. Function has a body, written as a block after colon in function definition. So this is def, and then this is the naming of the function. This is the input parameters, and then this one is the body. Okay, the block has indented to the right. Ini ada indentnya, ada indentasi ya. Harus selalu pakai tab atau spasi 3. And then to get the value from a function, we use a return keyword. What will happen if we don't use return keyword? The function will go, but there is nothing. It will be shown or as an output of this function. Okay, so what else do I need to? Okay, but remember that return is optional, yeah? It's fully optional depending on how you want to use your function. Okay, one more thing. Okay, the name of this function is greeting, and if we want to print greeting bangkit, this will be the output, hello, comma, bangkit. Okay, functions, easy. There is another one that is if statement. If statement, if itu kan artinya kalau ya. Kalau, gitu. So, this is a condition. So, we call this a conditional. Okay, the ability of program to maaf, ini salah ya. Maaf ya, ini sepertinya dari bangkit salah deh. Ini kita ngomongin Git ini. Maaf ya, Ganti-ganti, maaf. If block will be executed only if the condition is true. Okay. So for example, let's go to the right part. This is a condition evaluation. If hour less than 12, print good morning. Kalau ada jam gitu ya. Kalau ada hari gitu. Ini jam 12, berarti kalau di sini dia anggapnya morning. Kalau di sini dia nggak print apa-apa ya. So if I have our if hour is 15, if I say print good morning, then nothing will happen. But if hour is 10, it will print good morning. Okay, so the condition here is if hour less than 12. Okay, now we have the function here, def check number. If number bigger than 0, return positive. And if number is equal to, ya ini artinya equal to, return 0, else return negative. So if I have number equal to 100, if I call the function check number, what will it come? Positive, right? That's true. That's so easy for now, yeah. So it's just still a logic. We're not talking about the apa namanya? Belum ngomongin tentang programmingnya banget ya, masih ngomongin logika. Okay, there are multiple conditions that we need to take attention to in Python. That is elif or else if bahasa pemrograman yang lain. Kalau di Python disingkat elif and else statement to handle multiple conditions. So we have if, elif, and else. Kalau misalnya ada banyak kondisinya ya elif lagi aja gitu. Alright, so now we're done with the functions, we're done with operators, data type. Now what do we need to know more in this study? Okay, we have something interesting called loops. Oke, coba semuanya pakai tangan. Loops tuh gimana? Kalau bikin loop pakai tangan, gimana bentuknya? Iya, betul ya. Loops tuh kayak gitu ya. Artinya loops is something that is continuous and it will go back to the same points, but it will loop again and again. Okay, in programming language that we have something called loops. The ability of program to execute a sequence multiple times. Does it have to be lingkaran? Of course not. Yeah, we can also do this, we can also do this, we can also do this, but it will go back like this. Okay, so the meaning of loops is we want to execute sequence multiple times. Okay, for loops we use two things, while and for. Kalau while sama for bedanya apa? Kalau while berarti kita belum tahu ya di awal stopnya kapan. Kalau for kita sudah tahu stopnya kapan. But in English, so that it will sound cool, while loop instruct computer to continuously execute code based on the value of a condition. So let's see here. The initialization of variable x is 7. While x is bigger than 0, print positive x is equal to blah blah blah. Terus habis itu dikurangin x sama dengan x minus 1. So we print now x equal to blah blah blah. So if I can say like this, how many lines will it printed? Berapa line sih nantinya yang akan ke print kalau kayak gini? Seven, right, yeah, because x is 7. Okay, good, thank you. So there will be a print now x equal to 7, x equal to blah blah blah, x equal to blah blah blah. Okay. No. Oh, right. That is correct. Okay. Sorry. They're correct. All right. Now, for loop, we already know how many times we want to do, yeah? For loop iterates over a sequence of values. So here the example for x in range 3, print x equal blah blah blah, x equal blah blah blah, x equal blah blah blah. Ya, yang kedua ini berapa baris yang ke print? How many lines will it print? 3. Okay, good. Okay, remember that while and for is a reserved word in Python, so you cannot use that for your variables. Apalagi ya yang ingin saya tekankan di sini? Sudah sepertinya. Okay, good. Now we're going, okay. This is break and continue is, I think it's a bit tricky for those who are not really familiar with this. But basically, while and for, it will loop for several times, right? But sometimes there is a condition in the middle that we want to break. We don't want to continue. Of course, there will be a condition. So what can we do is here, ini break ya, yang ini continue. Break and continue is the opposite. So for example, for x in range 3, print x equal to blah blah blah. If x equal 1, jadi begitu x-nya ketika x-nya 1, maka dia bilang tolong dong di break gitu ya. Nah, kalau yang kanan for x in range 3, 0 and -1, if x, nah persen-persen bagi 2 tuh artinya apa? Persen-persen bagi 2, sisa bagi, ya betul, modulo, betul ya. Okay, good. Modulus, modulo boleh lah. Alright, okay, then everyone knows about this, and then so that means it will keep the even one. Okay. Alright, I think that's about it. Yes, that's about it. That's about the basic syntax of Python. So remember, we already have data types, we already have variables, we already have operators. Apalagi tadi ya, lupa. Condition tadi udah, terus loops, if statement to condition, function ya. The last one is function that I haven't written down here, and then operators. Yes, so that's about it that we learn about the basic syntax. Okay, the next one is we are going to talk about Python data structure. Python data structure is not like a rocket science or so. Python data structure, basically we want to differentiate what kind of data should I use in my programming. So data structure is a specific container or variable type that can be used to collect, access, and organize data more efficiently. There are three basic big container of this data structure. The first one adalah list. Yang kedua adalah tuple, bacanya apa nggak tahu, terserah. Terus yang ketiga adalah dictionary. Nah, apa sih bedanya? What are the differences between list, tuple, and dictionary, and when I should use that? That is what we want to talk about now. The first one is list. In Python, list can contain a different value. Jadi contohnya adalah di kanan we have a path as a variable, and we want to have a list can contain a different value. So the first value is ML, machine learning. The second one is cloud. So in Python list, it's ordered and then mutable. Ada yang tahu mutable artinya apa? Bisa di-mute gitu? Nggak gitu ya. Mutable tuh artinya bisa diganti, bisa diubah gitu ya, bisa di-alter bahasa Inggrisnya. Okay, so Python use square bracket, kurung kotak, to indicate where the list starts and ends. Ini kan di sini dia start, di sini dia end. Okay, kalau path 0 ini keluarnya apa ya? ML, karena Python start the counting from 0. So ML is 0, and then cloud is index number 1. Yeah, this is index 0, this is index 1. And then if we want to append itu apa? Append itu menambahkan di ujung. Jadi nanti di sini dia akan nambah yang ketiga Android. And then if I want to remove, you can just remove cloud pakai ini. And then insert mobile in the middle. I want to put on index 1. And then path pop. Pop is remove. -1 yang paling ujung belakang. Gitu. Ini nggak perlu dihafalin ya, langsung aja dicoba gitu. Nanti begitu dicoba juga ingat sendiri kok. Okay, so you don't have to remember all of this. Just go to Google, ya. So we will know what we can do with this list. So remember, list is mutable and ordered and using the square bracket, kurung kotak, terus bisa diganti. Berikutnya yang kedua adalah tuple atau tuple atau apapun bacanya terserah. In Python, tuple can contain a different value. The difference between this and list is this is immutable. Artinya tidak bisa diubah gitu. So, and then also we use this one ya, the normal bracket, parenthesis kalau bahasa Inggrisnya, to indicate where the tuple start and end. So this one and this one. Sekali lagi ya, lihat ini yang list adalah, udah berantakan, udah jorok. Yang list adalah yang ini, yang tuple adalah yang ini. And then if I say print path 0, what will happen? Print path 0 keluarnya apa? Ya, masih sama. Nah, oke. Berikutnya adalah path. Kalau misalnya saya bilang 1 sama dengan machine learning, dia akan keluarnya error. Why error happen? Because in tuple it is immutable. Nggak boleh diganti, nggak bisa diganti. Gitu. Oke? So that is list and then tuple, and then the third one is dictionary. Dictionary, this is something I think close similar to a database because in dictionary we have a pairs of keys and values. Kalau di Excel itu berarti keys itu kayak headernya gitu ya. Kalau database ya. Jadi kalau misalnya ini ada database di sini, ini adalah keys atau header. Terus value-nya row pertama, row kedua, row ketiga. Tentu saja kita nggak ngomongin spreadsheet ya. Kita kan nggak lagi tidak diskusi itu, tapi analoginya ke sana. So to get a dictionary value, we use its corresponding key. For example, students, we have a dictionary called students. Variable name is student. And then the keys are ML, mobile, and cloud. And then 500 probably the numbers of participants. But I think this is a very old data because I know that there are 4,000 of you right now. So at least this is more than 1,000, more than 1,000. And so this is how we use dictionary. And an important thing about dictionary, this is mutable. So you can alter, you can change. And it starts with curly bracket, ya, kurung kurawal. So Python use curly bracket to indicate where the dictionary starts and ends. Karena dia mutable, so we can change the number like this. It's like we're using a database operator as update, yeah, or write. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's already 7:26 right now. It's time. It's a very good time to have our break. How are we going to use the break time? Is we are going to have a brain teaser. Tapi nggak apa-apa, boleh ya stretching dikit karena ini kan sudah malam. Apalagi kalau ada teman-teman yang di daerah timur ya, ini sudah jam 8:30 kalau yang di daerah timur. Jadi kita boleh stretching sedikit sambil saya ada tebak-tebakan. Oke? Sudah siap? Mentor, kalau misalnya video saya nge-lag, nanti minta tolong untuk dibantuin ya. Tapi kita coba dulu. Harusnya mah nggak nge-lag kok ini. Sebentar ya. Okay, are you guys ready for the riddles? Jadi kita akan lihat si riddle-nya seperti apa. Habis itu coba jawab dulu ya. Alright.
Taking that internship in a remote mountain lab might not have been the best idea. Pulling that lever with the skull symbol just to see what it did probably wasn't so smart either. But now is not the time for regrets, because you need to get away from these mutant zombies fast. With you are the janitor, the lab assistant, and the old professor. You've gotten a head start, but there's only one way to safety: across an old rope bridge spanning a massive gorge. You can dash across in a minute, while the lab assistant takes 2 minutes. The janitor is a bit slower and needs 5 minutes, and the professor takes a whole 10 minutes, holding onto the ropes every step of the way. By the professor's calculations, the zombies will catch up to you in just over 17 minutes, so you only have that much time to get everyone across and cut the ropes. Unfortunately, the bridge can only hold 2 people at a time. To make matters worse, it's so dark out that you can barely see, and the old lantern you grabbed on your way only illuminates a tiny area. Can you figure out a way to have everyone escape in time? Remember, no more than 2 people can cross the bridge together. Anyone crossing must either hold the lantern or stay right next to it, and any of you can safely wait in the dark on either side of the gorge. Most importantly, everyone must be safely across before the zombies arrive. Otherwise, the first zombie could step on the bridge while people are still on it. Finally, there are no tricks to use here. You can't swing across, use the bridge as a raft, or befriend the zombies.
Oke. Ini nggak apa namanya? Kecepatan nggak tadi videonya? Okay, let me repeat. Don't worry. No worries. Let me repeat. Okay. So, oh, I have to share. Sorry. Okay. So there are 4 characters ya in this riddle. Karakter pertama adalah yang udah tua tadi, Bapak Profesor ya. Terus ada janitor. Terus tadi masnya apa ya? Saya lupa. Ini terus ada lab assistant ya. Lab asistennya itu tadi dia bisa cross the bridge ini bridge-nya in 2 minutes, right? 2 menit. Terus ini researcher lah ya, kita bilangnya researcher deh. Mas researchernya 1 menit karena dia paling muda. And then janitor will take 5 minutes and the professor will take 10 minutes because he's old. Okay. So it says that they must cross the bridge in 17 minutes. Because if they don't cross, if all of them, they don't cross the bridge in 17 minutes, the zombie will eat them all. And then only 2 person can be on the bridge at the same time. Hanya boleh 2. So the question is, how will you cross the bridge? This is a brain teaser. Okay. Anyone want to try? Sacrifice the professor? How mean! Aduh, jahat banget hati.
Can I?
Yeah, sure. Adit, dari mana Adit? Kenalan dulu dong.
I'm Aditya Yoga Temawan from Temanggung. My university is Universitas Negeri Semarang.
Okay.
Bahasa Indonesia boleh?
Boleh dong.
Jadi yang research itu.
Right. Lantern. Okay. Silakan continue, please.
Jadi yang research saya itu jalan bareng profesornya gitu 10 menit gitu. Terus karena dia 1 menit jalannya 1 menit, dia balik lagi.
Sebentar. 10 dulu ya. Berangkat 10 ya?
Ya 10.
10 terus habis itu balik lagi? Balik
lagi kan nambah 1 menit kan?
1, oke. Okay.
Terus dia bawa janitornya nambah 5.
16.
Terus dia balik lagi, udah 17 ya?
Mati 2.
Ya.
Mati 2. Turut berduka cita. Baik. Okay, anyone else want to try? Thank you, Adit. Okay, Dira Riana Agustina.
Okay, can I use bahasa?
Of course, but please introduce yourself first.
Okay, halo, nama saya Dira. Aku dari Universitas Diponegoro, mahasiswa statistika.
Okay.
Jadi menurut saya bisa dari profesornya itu jalan duluan, kan cuma bisa 2 orang untuk satu jembatan. Jadi
Betul.
selagi profesornya itu berjalan, dari yang punya waktu 1 menit itu ikut berjalan bersama profesor. Jadi kan yang 1 menit itu sudah sampai duluan. Kemudian dilanjutkan yang 2 menit. Kemudian yang 2 menit sudah sampai, kemudian yang 5 menit. Jadi totalnya untuk semuanya itu hanya 10 menit.
Oh, there is one slide of details that I forgot to tell you. So the lantern, tadi kan ada lampunya ya, ada si lantern yang dibawa. Jadi ini tuh ceritanya gelap sekali sampai mereka cuma bisa jalan kalau ada lantern, kalau enggak mereka jatuh. Gitu. Jadi misalnya ada gimana?
Yang pegang lampu profesornya. Soalnya profesornya kan butuh waktu paling lama. Jadi dia sekaligus nerangin gitu.
Nah, tapi kalau profesor udah berangkat pakai lampu, yang berikutnya nggak bisa maju karena lampunya udah di ujung gitu. Jadi lampunya harus balik. Berarti ini kurang juga ya?
Ya,
turut berduka cita. Oke, thank you Dira and Adit. Oke, one more ya, satu lagi. Nggak boleh, digendong nggak boleh. Satu jembatan cuma bisa 2 orang. But it's a very good try, yeah? Almost a little bit more. Yes, we only have 1 lantern. Correct. So the lantern need to go back again. No, we can't put the lantern in the middle because the lantern is very weak. It can only cover a little bit of the road. Okay, Devili Oktris Manalu. Okay. Hi, can you introduce yourself? Oh, nggak ada suaranya, euy. Iya, nggak ada suaranya.
Perkenalkan, saya Devili dari USU Teknik Kimia. Saya coba pakai bahasa Indonesia ya, Kak. Jadi yang pertama itu
sebentar, saya
1
tulis.
menit sama 2 menit jalan sama-sama. Itu kan butuh waktu 2 menit. Baru yang 1 menit itu balik lagi.
Oke, berarti
3 menit sama yang 1 menit balik, terus sama yang 5 menit. Berarti 8. Balik ke sana kan udah 5 menit, jadi 8 menit. Baru balik lagi 9. Nggak cukup juga ya. Nggak cukup. Jadi tadi kirain tadi 1 sama 2 balik, jalan 2 menit, terus habis itu yang 1 balik, 1 sama 5, baru 1 sama 10 gitu.
Oh, kurang ya waktunya ya? Sedikit lagi ya? Oke, tapi tetap masih turut berduka cita. Oke, but anyway, good try everyone, thank you. Now let me show you the answer. But your idea is almost correct. Oke, saya share lagi sekali lagi riddle-nya. Burn the bridge. Aduh, dark sekali ini jokes-nya. Okay, are you ready? All right, let me play this.
At first, it might seem like no matter what you do, you're just a minute or 2 short of time. But there is a way. The key is to minimize the time wasted by the 2 slowest people by having them cross together. And because you'll need to make a couple of return trips with the lantern, you'll want to have the fastest people available to do so. So, you and the lab assistant quickly run across with the lantern, though you have to slow down a bit to match her pace. After 2 minutes, both of you are across, and you, as the quickest, run back with the lantern. Only 3 minutes have passed. So far, so good. Now comes the hard part. The professor and the janitor take the lantern and cross together. This takes them 10 minutes, since the janitor has to slow down for the old professor, who keeps muttering that he probably shouldn't have given the zombies night vision. By the time they're across, there are only 4 minutes left, and you're still stuck on the wrong side of the bridge. But remember, the lab assistant has been waiting on the other side, and she's the second fastest of the group. So she grabs the lantern from the professor and runs back across to you. Now, with only 2 minutes left, the two of you make the final crossing. As you step on the far side of the gorge, you cut the ropes and collapse the bridge behind you, just in the nick of time. Maybe next summer you'll just stick to the library.
Okay, so that is the answer. Everyone happy? Gitu ya ternyata ya. Okay, so in computer science, what kind of algorithm we call this? We try this and that, and then try to match all the combination. Ayo, yang udah pada ngambil algo. Nah, ini kombinatorial ya, masalah kombinatorial.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer, that's also okay, I think. Yeah, if we try all possibilities. Okay, thank you everyone. Semuanya udah refresh ya. Kita balik lagi ya ke materi. Udah malam-malam, masih aja ngeliatin materi. Alright, let me, no worries, we're almost at the end of our session. Okay, now we go to the second part of today, that is introduction to Git. Git is not the same with GitHub. Yeah, Git is the technology, GitHub is one of the application. So if we go back to the history of Git, awalnya itu dulu open source VCS ya. VCS is abbreviation of Version Control System, created in 2005 by Linus Torvalds. Adakah yang tahu siapakah Linus Torvalds ini? Dia yang bikin apa? Si Linus ini? Ya, betul ya, father of Linux ya, right? He's so genius. I think he can create something that we have never think of. Okay, so version control system VCS ini, bukan VCS kalau di Amerika ada toko obat ya, bukannya itu. VCS is we use this to keep track of different version of our code, because imagine in the future most of our coding will be in collaboration with other people. It's very difficult. If you code only for yourself, usually it's in the context of research or studying. But if we go for a bigger company, kalau misalnya kita ngomong agile, technology, dan sebagainya, you must collaborate with others. So this means that we need to keep track of different versions of our code, and then we need to roll back kalau ada masalah ya, roll back, kembalikan lagi ke yang berikutnya. Yang sebelumnya, and then the third one is for collaboration. Okay, so basically this is the start of Git. Okay, so what does Git do? This is the workflow in Git. There are two big command. The first one is add. Add itu apa? Nambah gitu ya. Commit adalah menyerahkan ya. Commit itu adalah menyerahkan. So first we're working in our working tree, okay, and then we put our code to a staging area. So and then we make sure everything is okay, and then we can use git commit to finally put them in the Git directory. So Git directory ini seperti apa ya? Seperti database lah untuk semua perubahan yang kita inginkan. So it works as a database for all the changes tracked by Git. Kalau mau ngeliat tuh ya, apa aja sih yang udah saya commit gitu? Ada yang tahu ininya apa? Sintaksnya Git? Kalau pengen lihat nih perubahan, Git log. Terima kasih Aldrian ya, Git log. Jadi log itu sama seperti kita juga kalau melihat mesin, keenakan bahasa Indonesia ya. As when we talk about in machines, in everything, if we want to see the data that is created by that machine, we use something called log. Even in our daily life, we have a log book. Yeah, that's to write down the sequence of something, of events. Also same in Git, we also use that one. Okay, and then this is the standard workflow in Git. The second one is undoing things on Git. Tadi kan kita ngomong gimana caranya rollback kalau misalnya ada masalah. So we start from the Git directory, of course, because that is the database. We want to roll it back to previous version. So we have several important command here. First, we have this return to something, restore. Yeah, we have this restore from the stage file and then restore from the file. This is the important stuff. Okay, so remember also we have a referred head. For those who doesn't use Git, it's okay, don't worry, nggak usah takut. Ini sebenarnya simple kok perintahnya ya, si restore ini. Intinya sih restore dan revert gitu. When we want to undo the things in Git, it's very not a lot of commands, but you need to repeat a lot of times. And I'm sorry, I think I can show you later about Python, but I'm on business trip right now. So I only bring the small computer without Git installed and this, but it's very easy. So no worries if you don't have a lot of information of a lot of knowledge on Git. Kalau kita belajar dengan sangat-sangat sungguh-sungguh, 30 menit juga langsung kerasa kok. And then when you are on your real project later, it will be very easy. Okay? So that is about the basic flow of Git. Now, there is some important concept on Git. We call it branching. Branching seperti ini ya, seperti apa? Seperti pohon gitu, ada branch-nya, ada dahan, ada ranting gitu ya. In Git, a branch at the most basic level is just a pointer to a particular commit. So when we type branch, it means that we want to point a particular commit. So git branch command will show a list ya. Kalau misalnya kita gunakan nih git branch, will show a list of all the branches in your repo. Jadi kalau kita lihat di sini ini ada git branch, ini juga ada git branch, ini juga ada git branch. Dia ngapain? It will show a list of all the branches in your repository. Biasanya orang biar cepet bilangnya repo aja. Tapi nggak apa-apa ya, bilang repository juga nggak apa-apa. Cuman kan agak-agak belit ya kalau bahasa Indonesia gitu. Okay, so git branch show a list. And then if we say git branch and then we put something here called branch name, ya nama branchnya apa terserah, nggak perlu. Bukan ini branch name, ini bisa kita ganti-ganti ya. Git branch name means we are creating a new branch. Kita membuat cabang yang baru gitu. Branch itu kan cabang ya. And then git check out branch name artinya kita mau keluar dari cabang tersebut. We want to get out of that branch and then we'll move to another branch. Sebentar saya cek ada visualisasinya nggak ya di sini? Ada, nanti ya visualisasinya ada setelah ini. Okay. In the meantime, the opposite of branch is to merge. Kalau branch itu kan tadinya gini gitu ya. Kalau branch jadinya harusnya lurus gitu. Harusnya lurus, kalau branch jadinya seperti ini. And then, what is merge? Merge is tadinya branch, terus dia balik lagi ke jalur yang benar gitu. Nah, itu disebutnya sebagai merge. Okay, so merging is the term employed by Git to combine branch data and history together. Ini history-nya, ini branch-nya, di-combine lagi. Jadi kadang-kadang memang ada perubahannya sudah selesai, sekarang saya mau kembali lagi ke history. We call this merging. So what is the syntax? Guess what? It's git merge. Command to merge the specified branch history into the current one. Okay. Now we are going to see the fast forward merge. This is animation, but don't worry, I will repeat later. So this is something we call fast forward merge. Basically, it's just merge. This kind of merge occurs when all the commit in the checkout branch are also in the branch that is being merged. Lihat, si C3 tadi di kanan, sekarang semuanya di satu line gitu. Ini fast forward merge. Okay, and then there is other things that we call a three-way merge. This is a three-way merge. This is not an animation. Is it an animation? Enggak kan ya? Oke. So a three-way merge is performed when the history of merging branches has diverged in some way. Kita bacanya dari yang mana nih? Kita bacanya dari atas apa dari bawah nih? C0 dulu apa C5 dulu nih bacanya? Ada yang mau coba? Nol ya, jadi bacanya dari bawah, betul ya. So we start to read this from C0. This is the first time when we enter. This is the first thing, and then we go to C2. We pay attention that C2 goes to C3 and C4. So the C3 is the new feature. What is the three-way merge? It's performed when the history has diverged in some way, and there isn't a nice linear path to combine them via fast forwarding. Kalau saya mundur ya satu dulu, saya mundur satu. Nah, kalau ini kelihatan nggak gesernya? Nah, ini kalau tadi itu langsung ya, dia langsung berubah, sementara yang ini nggak ada caranya, yang satu lagi tadi yang three-way merge. In that sense, so we have to use a three-way merge. Don't worry if this is not make sense yet to you, because I know this is not the thing that we can learn in one day. The concept you can learn in 30 minutes, but to make that into your long-term memory, it will take some time. So it's okay. Just remember that in Git, we have a concept of branch and merge. Branching and merging. Okay, so this is a collaboration now using GitHub. As I said before, Git is the technology, yeah. But the application, one of them is GitHub. Boleh nggak survei lagi? Survei singkat dong. Is there anyone here? I mean, how many of you has GitHub account? Yang punya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oke. 13. Oke, udah habis ya. Berarti setengahnya mungkin punya ya. Dari yang 13 tersebut, atau berapa sih tadi setengah gitu ya, how many are active on GitHub? Yang aktif. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oke, ya 11. Oke. Nggak apa-apa ya, kita ngambil kode orang juga bisa pakai GitHub ya. Kita suka lihat-lihat searching kode buat PR juga kadang-kadang dari GitHub. Itu considered sebagai not really active ya, but it's okay. Active is you commit your things to, you use the service of GitHub to collaborate or to to do something basically for your codes. So now let's talk about GitHub. Okay, for those who doesn't have an account and GitHub, you can just go to GitHub. Apa domainnya .com gitu? Yeah, github.com, and then first sign in, and then after that you can go from that. Yeah, you can start your journey with GitHub. This sounds like advertisement, but it's not. I just use GitHub because it's very beneficial. Okay, here you can go to github.com. It's a web-based Git repository hosting service, but it's actually not only GitHub. There is other Git hosting as well, but we use github.com because it's very popular. Okay, how does that work? So working with GitHub, there is some terms that I think some of you are already familiar with. And even if you're not familiar with that, this is almost the same with non-computer science language. Git clone. Clone ini ya cloning ya. Membuat local copy gitu. So this is the GitHub repository. This is our local repo. When we said clone, that we make a local copy of the repo. Jadi ini kita clone tuh sama dengan mengcopy. Git push itu adalah kalau kita mau mengubah, we have a new change from the local to remote repository. Ya, konsepnya mah gampang ya, melakukannya nanti yang susah. Jadi clone adalah arahnya ke sini, ke kiri dari repo di di GitHub-nya, ya, kemudian dipindahkan ke local repo. Nah, kalau misalnya local repo ada yang mau berubah, ya udah tinggal pindah ke sini. Gitu. Segampang itu, gitu ya. Terus to get any new change from any new repository, we can use the git pull command. Jadi kalau misalnya nih kita, pengen mau ngambil nih si perubahan-perubahannya gitu dari remote repository, we can just use this git pull. Okay, this will do merging and fetching at the same time as well. Okay, this is working with GitHub. I'm just talking about how we work with GitHub. The next one is how we can collaborate using GitHub. Okay, bedanya apa sih working and collaborate? Working is only us and the repo. But for collaboration, we can use other people repo. So we have 3 repo here, our local repository. The second one is GitHub repository. The third one is owner repository. Jadi seseorang yang bukan kita, gitu ya, yang lain. How are we going to use that? From the owner repository, we call something fork. Kalau misalnya kalian pergi ke GitHub tuh logonya yang ada kayak trisula gitu ya, itu fork. So forking is a way to create a copy. Mirip sama clone, tapi ini sekarang beda ownernya gitu ya, owner repository. Ini masih ngomongin mengclone, mengcopy, local copy. Tapi sekarang bukan local copy, tapi kita mau copy ke GitHub repository. So forking is a way to create a copy of the project to our GitHub repository. Okay, at the same time, there is also a pull request. Pull request ini mirip kayak commit, mirip kayak menyerahkan gitu. A series of commit being sent to the owner of the repo, so they can incorporate it into their tree. Jadi kita mengirim sesuatu nih ke si orang itu, ke si owner repository. Okay, and then the owner can review the changes. Nanti dia lihat dulu, dilihat kode-kodenya. Kalau ada yang oke, then he or she will merge the changes. Okay, of course, in collaboration, this is a very basic one. There will be a conflict ya. Kalau kita lagi kerja bareng sama orang juga, there always have a conflict, right? Okay, so also in collaboration, whether using GitHub or we are using other technology, there will be a conflict. And so my next slide, we will talk about tips for solving conflict. Okay, later on your project, I think after ILT-7, yeah, you will work in a project, and if you use Git or other repository, please always synchronize the branches before starting any work. Jangan lupa untuk selalu mensinkronkan branches-branchesnya ya sebelum start bekerja, and then try to make changes as small as possible. Gitu. Jadi kalau ada perubahan dikit, langsung dinamain, dikasih versi atau bagaimana lah supaya perubahannya nggak terlalu besar. Jadi kalaupun ada masalah, when you face a problem and you want to revert, when you want to roll back, that will be easier. And then the third one is regularly merge changes made on the master branch back onto the feature branch. Maybe this doesn't make sense yet, but it's okay. And the fourth one, this is important. It's a common practice to have the latest version of the project in the master branch and a stable version of the project on a separate branch. So there are two things. Latest version, versi terbaru yang baru diubah, itu dia di master branch. Terus stable version yang udah mungkin bukan yang terbaru tapi yang paling stabil, taruh di branch yang lain gitu. Biasanya orang pakai kayak gini. Tidak harus tentu saja, but to make it easier, we can do something like this. Alright, wait, let me check. Do I need to emphasize on something else? Oh, I guess no. This is the end of my Git, introduction to Git, and now I think we have 5 to 10 minutes of show and tell. Show and tell ini ada di setiap ILT yang sekarang gitu ya. Jadi at the end of the session we have a show and tell. And what is show and tell? Usually it's for us to make a demo on something. However, I don't think we have enough time in that sense, I will just show you something. Wait a minute. So Bangkit team has generously made this for us to learn about Python. So I will share a Google Colab. I think nanti boleh minta tolong mentor untuk mentor punya PPT-nya kan ya? Nanti mentor minta tolong di slide berapa gitu ada linknya ini, tolong dibuat kopinya ya, kemudian dikirim supaya nanti para peserta bisa latihan, gitu. Nanti aja terakhir aja setelah kuis. Sekarang sih kita lihat-lihat aja dulu. Okay, so this is Bangkit team has generously made us this so we can learn. So this is the introduction to Python. This is Hello Python. So here, it gives us like, mana? Salah. Sebentar. Tidak. Okay. This is some explanation on Python, yeah. So for example, what is Python? Python is dynamic. Something from my slides just now, but you won't get the slides, but I will give you this. Okay. So this is, for example, when we want to check the version of the Python, we just use Python versions, and then we can just run this. Ini milenial banyak yang suka nyebut ini play gitu ya. This is not a play button. This is a run button in programming. Okay, don't say it play. Okay. And then so we can see that the Python we have now in this computer is 3.10.12 version. And then, tadi saya nggak sengaja nge-run semua ya. Ya udah nggak apa-apa. Print hello Bangkit. So when I run this, it will give you hello Bangkit. If hello there. So it will print hello there. And then we also learn about the basic Python syntax, yeah. Data types, remember we talk about data types, we talk about variables, right? And then we talk about, there is an example here for variable. When we talk about string, this is an example. And if you want to know what type of variable this one is, so just print type of the variable. So for example, if I want to change warna gitu ya, nama variabelnya saya ganti jadi warna. And then I want to print type, what is the type of warna? So I run this, and then it will give you class string, right? And an integer, it will be same also. If length is 10, print type length. If I run this, what will happen is class integer or class something else. Same with float, also with this one, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, don't do this. It says def equal to function. Yeah, this is just a messy things that I don't want to deal with when you are doing programming ya. Lihat ini errornya bikin kita sakit gitu ya. Def sama dengan ini function, class sama dengan ini print. We cannot use what do you call it, reserved word in our programming. Okay, so later what you can do is you can just scroll down, scroll down, and then you can see how Python is a very easy language to learn. Okay, jadi nanti minta tolong untuk mentornya untuk buat kopinya dulu, jangan di-share yang dari PPT-nya, karena yang di PPT-nya itu dipakai untuk banyak orang. Bikin kopinya, terus minta tolong ya untuk dikirim ke para peserta. So I guess because it's already 8 p.m. now and you have your quiz, I think I will give the opportunity for the sorry. I'm really sorry. One more thing. Sorry. maaf, saya lupa. Aduh, satu lagi. Sorry, let me just take 3 minutes of your time. Okay, so you can see here, this is a code for Git. Yeah, so if you haven't installed any Git in your system, or if you haven't used Git in your system, there is another document that you can use for learning Git. So introduction to Git. First, how do we install Git? You can install Git on Linux using this prompt by running the following command. Yeah, sudo apt update and then install Git. And then this is how you configure Git, because you need your user and name and user email, ya. And then after that you can create your repo. Pertama reponya dia bikin nih my first repo. And then Git operations, and then after that you can go down and scroll again to see. Jadi nggak perlu lihat lagi tadi si PowerPoint saya tadi tuh ya, yang panjang sekali gitu. Ini dokumennya hanya berapa halaman ya? Sebentar. Loh, nggak ada halamannya di sini. Tapi jadinya pendek gitu ya dibandingkan dengan kalau ngelihat dari slides. But anyway, this is a very five pages. This is a very complete document that you can use in order for you to learn Git easily. I want to also ask for the mentor to also copy this document if you can download as a PDF or whatever, and then you can distribute to participants. Okay, if you have any question, I think we can have 1 or 2 questions, not a lot of questions. I'm so sorry, it's already late. Ya, silakan. Okay, you go ahead.
Ya, tes.
Ya, masuk. Aman.
Okay. I don't understand about GitHub. No, no, imagine it. Is it
No
the
worries.
same Google Drive is GitHub, so we can share the file with the other, and we can edit the file in the other. Is it the same work?
I think
GitHub.
The idea, yes. The idea, yes. Because Google Drive it's also, we use that for collaboration, yeah, and also Google Docs. The idea is that, but Git is more structured, and it's for programming. Yeah, but the idea is almost the same.
Jadi maksudnya masih belum ngerti GitHub itu apa ya?
Jadi Git itu untuk kalau kita mau berkolaborasi dalam membuat program gitu. Jadi versinya bisa dikontrol dengan baik. Nah, itu tuh Git. Git itu teknologinya gitu ya. Nah, GitHub ini adalah salah satu penyedia lah gitu, penyedia teknologi Git secara web based. Gitu.
Maksudnya file kita ditaruh di situ.
File programnya.
Untuk supaya file program yang kita sedang project yang sedang kita kerjakan taruh di situ gitu.
Ya, tapi bukan file biasa aja. Itu file program yang nanti perubahannya, changes gitu, perubahannya terkontrol semuanya, tercatat. Begitu. Bagaimana?
Nanti ke depan kita diajarin ya berarti ya untuk cara bikin Git.
Yeah, it's in Coursera, in our Coursera course.
Oke.
Ya, ada berapa ya? Ada berapa lama video? 20 menit mungkin, 20 menit. Mungkin sekitar 2 jam kali ya tentang Git, cara menggunakan Git seperti apa. Tapi nggak susah kok. Walaupun baru belajar dari nol, nggak susah. Hanya butuh dicoba aja.
Okay.
Okay, baik. Do we have any other question? I heard someone. Ayo, jangan malu-malu. Apa udah ngantuk ya? Udah jam 8 ya. Okay, Muhammad Nashir Akram. Go ahead. But can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, let me introduce myself first. Test is my...
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Nashir Akram from ML Group 65. I want to ask a question about is there any programming language other than Python that are used for smart industry application?
Can you repeat one more time? Is there any other language than Python that we use for?
Yeah, smart industry application.
Smart industry. What do you mean by smart industry? Like manufacturing? Or
Yes.
Oh, like as far as I know, there are
processing.
Processing. Tadi putus sedikit ya?
Ya, processing ya. Proses industri. Ya,
Oh, process industry. Okay. All right. From my experience, there are a lot of language that we use in industry. Of course, not only Python. Some people use Java, definitely. Some people use, and it also depends on the hardware that we are using ya. Kalau misalnya ada industri yang menggunakan komputer-komputer tertentu, berarti bahasanya juga tertentu gitu. Misalnya kalau pakai single board komputer gitu, kan ada yang pakai Arduino, ada yang pakai bahasanya biasanya memang basicnya Linux juga sih ya operating systemnya. Tapi bahasanya bisa macam-macam. Java juga dipakai, C dipakai, C++ dipakai. Jadi in industry there are a very wide variety of language programming language. Gitu. Gimana? Putus kah? Kedengeran nggak tadi? Ya, hilang. Okay, it's okay. While we are waiting for Akram, do we have any other question? Okay, then I think let's go to our quiz. It's true that it's 10 minutes, but usually at the end of it will go above 10 minutes. So I will give this time to Agni and Ikwan for the quiz.
Okay, thank you, Sakina, for interesting our session. So now is to quiz time. The link I will share on the chat.
Okay.
And the quiz will be only 10 minutes and only 31.
Saya sekalian pamit ya semuanya. Semoga ketemu lagi semuanya.
Iya, terima kasih banyak Kak, lancar urusannya.
Bye.
Bye. So for everyone who have a problem for the quiz, please tell me and you can raise hand or unmute.
you.